this is with the Zen Happiness Coaching, listening to What Your Why, interviews with inspirational people, products, and ideas. With me, Ann Marie from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and she is an author. So let's give us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you for having me, Lisa.
Thank you for being here.
Okay, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago in the West Indies, and I remember since I was very young, I was a bookworm. I would read and do books like they were candy.
Yes.
You know, and in school I used to love to write. At the time was never anywhere in my mind. Writing essays and assignments was fun. That lots of folk in the, so I think I from that young got turned on to the not quite hair,
yes.
which is what I love to see, which is why I write to see. Initially, I used to for adults. I'm thinking of books with appeal for about 15 years. My writing to children's books.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Very well. So, how many books were
written? 4. One up in the air. This is it. Can you see?
Just go up just a bit more. Yes, perfect. This is the book that we are going to be talking today.
This book is for ages 9. Even the kids use them, and kids and adults like it, which is exciting. I've written 3 others. I'm rewriting it right now, and the other will be published hopefully in the near future.
Fantastic children's books now?
They are, yes. Okay. Your favorite?
This could actually.
Okay. The one I'm rewriting is more young adult, but the other 2 are middle grade, which is what categorizes this one up in the air for ages now of approximate middle grade.
Okay, wonderful. And so, what inspired you to create this book?
Surprisingly, this book, the idea for this came in a way that was different to any of my ideas. I was meditating. Here I am trying to still my mind, which is like one of the most things in the entire world.
Yeah.
My eyes closed and I'm trying to, and suddenly the idea for this book came in mind. Yeah. It was an image, and normally when I close my eyes, the darkness. Right. One time it was like a flash and like a bulk of information about a girl trying to escape, longing to fly away, and then reach a magical land called Shimmeron, and there she gets wings. Whoa, what's happening? I went to my computer and I began typing away, and then by chapter 3 I realized what comes. And I had no idea. I think I stopped my mission like too soon. Back upstairs and I'm nothing. No more inspiration. I had to do the old-fashioned way of asking questions: who will, what's the land, and gradually just came.
That's fantastic. So divine inspiration. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So was there anything that is related to the book?
I've been asked that many times, and initially my answer was no.
Right.
But the more asked me, realized that there are certain things of me that are in the main melody. When I had a hard time trying, and so my main character has that issue as well. Yes. You know, when I was younger, even now, I dream of flying. I mean, I have dreams where I just fly, and of course, my main dream, innermost desire, was to fly. That's what she did not give up on, regardless of what anyone told her. And then she gets wings.
Yes.
She flies. So there are more similarities than I thought, which shocked me.
Yes.
Because I thought fantasy is fantasy, but there's always a connection.
Yes, that's
between
right.
the writer and the book. You know, it was very honest.
Yes. So explain what the book is about.
a young girl called Melody. She's 10. And she's been dreaming of flying her life. But when she was 5, something happened. She was in a car accident with her father. I won't tell you why, but she believed she caused the accident. Her father got his waist down. Ever since then, she's been dreaming away.
Right.
But when she does get wings, she realizes that she cannot just be free. She has to face her problems, face her guilt and her fear. Only then, actually free to enjoy the wings.
Yes.
So that's, in essence, what the book is about, and there's, of course, much more. But
well, that is fantastic because for children, they can take a fantasy, a fantasy sense, and look at it as like a literal, and then as you go into getting older and into deeper, you get the essence behind the story, what the message is behind the story about real personal freedom. Comes with facing your past, making decisions and being okay with them.
yes.
Yes. I just took a motivational webinar about freedom and Women's Day, so it's exactly the same line, which is fantastic. And of course, there's no coincidences. So
Yeah, you can't be free if you run away. You have to stand up and face your fears, your problems, and only then can you be free.
Right. And so, what do you hope to inspire in children with this book?
I would like children, adults, realize that you have to have a dream. And I'm not talking about just a simple, I wish. I mean, everybody has a desire to do something, be something, achieve something. Sometimes someone will tell you, no, it's impossible. You can't, you will never get it. Believe that. Give up on your dream. You bury it inside. Yeah. And I think without that dream, you kind of die.
I totally agree. Yeah.
And so my desire is that people, as children, will realize that it's important to hold on to your dream. Never let it go. Look what anyone says. Even though there are rejections, there are failures along the way, that makes you get up on more with script you up with brightness because you are going towards what you really want.
Exactly. You're going towards your why.
Exactly.
What the purpose is. Absolutely. And so, this is aimed at adults, right? This book is very powerful for adults because there's a really deep message in this. And so you speak about this at all towards adults?
So far I have gone to many schools and I've done visits to teachers are there. I have not oppressed a sense of simply as yet. It's always my desire. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was reading a book, another children's book the other day was about a list. When you have too many things on a list, what happens? Like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to recommend it for people to buy it. I'm going to recommend it because just because it's fancy does not mean you don't get the book. You don't always have to read the autobiographies. Sometimes it's really nice to have a story behind the message that is factual, because it actually unlocks part of your brain, the creative part, that allows you to enjoy the story and take in the message without having to focus so hard on biography. And I find it's enjoyable. You actually get the message better. Take it in better, and your mind's more open. So that's how I hope people do that. Some of the autobiographies are fun. Some are like, ooh, okay. So how has this changed your life?
In so many, when the book was published, I never really thought what it meant to be a children's writing. Like, after the book done, I'd have my launch, the book would be selling, but it didn't come off. School visits were part of the package. So I'm like, oh my gosh, standing in front of children, to them. Children don't lie. You can tell.
Yes.
I was very, very nervous. But it's something I had to do. Despite fear, and I found out that I actually loved the interaction. action. I love talking to them, and I love questions they put to me. That has changed my life a lot because I had to follow my own book. I had to fail and do exactly what I wrote about, and it has been an experience.
I think it will make you a better writer in the future to improve this type of iteration and defense and the whole process when leads you on to enlightenment within your life.
I think me a better person.
Yeah.
It will make me more open to situations.
Yeah.
It will make me a better possibly. I don't know exactly, but it
fantastic. Yeah. That's fantastic. Do you still meditate?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Definitely. I need my mind because my mind is like a super highway sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I showered today. Oh, get me a pen. And my husband's like, you're right. I'm like, no, I'll lose it if I don't write it down.
Exactly.
Like, we need to get you a whiteboard in there. So what is your favorite part of the book or passage of the book, and would you like to read it to us or talk about it?
There's so many parts that I like that still resonate with always. I mean, I can maybe read the first page and maybe a couple of the passages you want.
That'd be great.
Yeah? Okay, well, I'll read the part of page 1. And it's entitled The Big Flight.
Okay.
I've been flying as long as I can remember, but no one notices. Jumping or leaping, skipping. They never see the wind wrap around me, holding me up. Even now, since before my first long-distance flight, tugs at my clothes, impatient, as excited as I am. My head is, my stomach swells, hands flee hard to the chair as the swings sweep forward and back. As soon as I am again, I gut down a mouth hair and let go. Wind in my hair, in my ear. I soar free. The next time, the wind flutters, then dies. I drop. So that's how it's off.
That's fantastic.
In the park, it just gets on. So I can read your passages. I don't know. It's up to you.
Can you cover the book again?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That is fantastic, and you can get it on Amazon.
Amazon, yes. For those in Canada,
I will post all the links where you can get it out of this interview. And chapters as well. In
Toronto, in Canada, chapters Indigo as well.
Perfect.
Amazon for sure.
Yeah. Fantastic. And so have you only done interviews in the trip?
So far, yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm opening up to doing school visits.
Oh, that's great. That's a great idea.
That's my step in my list.
Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. How do you think this book will help change the consciousness of the world to open up people, open up their ideas?
That's a big question.
It is.
I think it starts with children. Mm-hmm. Children are more open being, more open to accepting. Yeah. And adults, bless us, we seem to be a bit more, because we have told years that this is not, we can't do that, don't be fooled by. Yeah. And so hopefully with kids and adults, because I think nowadays a great of everyone, it's something that's worldwide. But I'm hoping that people will realize that you got to hold on to your dreams, dream big, don't give up, because I think if a part of you does die and you feel hopeless, that desire in your heart keep you going every day, misses.
Yes.
And I'm hoping people, and especially children.
Yes, absolutely. Because, I'm finding out here, I'm in Comox, and our school that my daughter goes to, she's in grade 2, they're called, it's like the Pillars of Learning, they call something else here. It's empowering strategies for children.
Good.
Through it, and they talk about it. They actually do lessons on them, and I was really shocked, but very excited that the school system is teaching what I teach in my business and what you're teaching with your book, because so many are going through this empower the consciousness of the world starting to change, and the best thing we can do for children so don't get all the blocks that we are now trying to get rid of.
That is great.
Right? If you don't have the block to begin with, it's so much to reach a higher level of immense.
Yeah. And then you look at life differently, you perceive differently. You don't just, when something happens that isn't what you want, you don't give up. Okay, so step back, and you move on.
Well, and you're positive.
Exactly.
And you'll start to live a more positive life, positive existence, which will impact the world phenomenally.
Yeah.
It will really impact everything. And you know, reading is such an amazing tool. I actually broke this once. In the hallway reading a book, and I walked into a I had books. I used to walk down the streets with books, on the bus. I always had books. So, you know, my daughters are the same, you know, walk into walls with stuff like that. But reading is such an important part, and allowing your mind to vision. And I really think what reading does, it allows your mind to vision.
Exactly.
No, that's fantastic. Do you have any advice for authors or children who want to come off?
My advice, right. Just wait for the best time, because there's never good time. There's never the best time. Yeah. Now is that time. So just don't go where it will. Just the flow. You know, your first draft is just to capture the story, to capture the tone. When it's done, then you got organizing. That's how I.
Yeah.
Other schools of thought where people do outlines, has their own way. Right there, you got to start writing. Right. And just live it and feel it.
Yes.
That's my best advice.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. Because you're right. There is never a perfect place, because you end up waiting forever and it never gets done.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you need to go with it. That's right. And what is your next? Not the next, but another you're doing. What is it about?
There are two books that I've done. One is it's a talking animal story, Catnapped.
Yeah.
About these two buddies. One is buddies, a dog and a cat, and the cat gets catnapped. His best bud has to go him. So it's about a puppy who has to find himself. You know me, I can't just give. But he life is a fantasy element to it, of course.
Yeah.
But in essence, he has no confidence, and he has to just weigh with a bigger perseverance, and so and they find out who exactly stealing stealing all the cats. It's like these cats want to steal the lamb. So
okay, yeah.
So he has to like why and find out the mystery behind how to save the cats and so forth.
Yeah, fantastic.
And that gave me inspiration. That she loved the story. She said, "Mommy, have a seat." Okay.
That's fantastic. That's great. So I will post how people contact the on all the links. You can get in contact and how to get your anything else to leave us with today.
I would just like to thank you very much for having me and for hosting this. I am so grateful to you for this experience.
Well, thank you.
And to everybody out there who gets my book, I thank you in advance. I hope you enjoy it. And say
wonderful. We'll hold your book up one more for us.
Yes.
So this Up in the Air is a fantastic book for you to get for any person you're in your life, adult, or to read to your children, which is such a fantastic to do for kids. So thank you so very much, and I hope you have a wonderful blessing.
Thank you, and well.